What's up, guys? Welcome back to the September review. It's October, but um, the timeline didn't allow me to do this in September, nor did we do the look ahead for October because of the games we played. It wasn't possible. So the look ahead will also come out this week, even though we already played in October and play Atlanta. We're just going to review the month of September real quickly. And if it was a successful month, what we can take away from this month, basically, going into an October that didn't start that well for us to begin with already, on the first day of October, to be honest. But let's just dial it back a little bit and go back to September and talk about some things that happened during that month. Before we do that, like, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, and like the video again. Let's go. Okay, so month of September, 10 points out of 15 doesn't really sound terrible if you are not following the games. Like if you're not watching the games, because it started off okay. You beat Empoli. It wasn't the greatest of games, but like you beat Empoli and you come back, you beat Lazio 3-1. Everybody thought, wow. And then you get smoked by Sassuolo. You beat Lecce. It wasn't a good game at all, but you beat Lecce and then you go to Atalanta. I don't know why we went to Atalanta. It was certainly not to win a game. And kind of the month, even though you have 10 points out of 15, it wasn't a good month, if you watch the games. Because also the opponents you played, you should have picked up more points, but we didn't. But the big thing is the way you played in certain games, and kind of all of those games besides of the Lazio game, because towards the end of September, the same issues occurred that we all kind of knew were there, but we all kind of hope were somehow being improved in preseason first game, and it's just like we are square one again. With square one, I mean just last season. It's the same vibe. It's the same feeling. The only difference is we have more points compared to last season. But what does the eye test tell you? The eye test tell you it's more of the same, and it's like the way we play now, the way we played in September, kind of tells you that what type of season we're gonna have. Like you're gonna win a bunch of games, but you're gonna lose some ugly games. You're gonna not win some games because you just were not up for it. And at time, I think the script has been written. The positives from the month was, I don't know, Vlahovic at the beginning, then not because of the injury, his back injury. Chiesa also more at the beginning than towards the end. Not easy games for him as well. Um, like off the field stuff, and like the Bonucci one, I don't really care. The Pogba one, like we haven't spoken about Pogba for a good 2 weeks now because it is what it is at this point. But like the comments made post game, pre game about the mentality, about the ambition of the club, all those things, in combination with what we put out there on the pitch, it doesn't fill you with great confidence, joy, excitement to watch this team play. Let's be completely honest here. And we need to kind of we need to take it in because that's who we are. You don't need to accept it, but you kind of need to accept that these things are happening and that these things will be said. About us. But the results, they speak for themselves. Like you beat the teams, okay, fine, but you get absolutely dunked on by Sassuolo. And yes, the goals were quote unquote fluky, but Sassuolo were just a better team and they missed some clear cut chances. We didn't, Then you go to Empoli, were there chances? No. You go Atalanta, there was absolutely nothing. Like the last 3 games of the month of September, and I say Atalanta because it's actually October, but because I'm late, I kind of put it in there because let's kind of jump towards October for the preview of October, I'm gonna put out as well. It doesn't fill you with great confidence because this team, and I think they made that very clear with the comments, they are happy to take points. They are in a phase where the club has managed to put pressure completely away from the players and from the coach, set the bar extremely low, that they are in a phase where they are like, yeah, you can put point away to Atalanta, that's fantastic. If you could have walked away with a point against Sassuolo, that's great. I'm like, that's actually extremely sad because that's not what this club is about. And I get the quality is not what it should be, but the mentality and the mindset should never change. And that has been changed now. And you can see it on the pitch. And the more games are, following, the more frustrated it gets for us, but also for the players, and that's my biggest issue, because if this continues, like these type of performances, because you will not, like, how do you want to say it? Like, you will have a period where you don't win through 3 games in a row, and then you win a couple, and like that's that period where I think heads will drop again, and you will hear rumblings and all those things, because as of now, the feel good factor is not at the club. It isn't. And you say, oh, but like, I don't know where we are. Are we fourth in the table, like 4 points behind or 5 points behind Inter? I think it's 4. I'm pretty sure it's 4. But it feels like it's more, just because, not because of the points, because 4 points is already a lot in my opinion. Considering the teams we played and faced, because we haven't played anyone, to be honest. Yes, Atalanta away from home, but they're not the same Atalanta anymore. And Lazio at home, you should beat, and you will always beat, in my opinion. It's not the points, it's the way we played that kind of tells you, like, it feels like it's not 4, but it's like 8, because it's not the points that are missing, but it's what we put out there on the pitch that you need to add up to it. And that equals, in my opinion, and double the points. Do I think Inter have a better squad? 100%. Do I think Napoli are a better team than us? Yes, because they won. Do I think Milan have a better build of a squad? Yes. Are they showing they are miles ahead of us at this moment in time? I don't think so. They got more points, fine, but, they're not clicking on all cylinders. And when I hear stuff of, oh, they're in their 3rd year or whatever, and we are not, I'm like, this is the 3rd year of the coach. So when are we going to start this project? Is it a reset every single summer? At that point, he's never going to lose his job, and he's never going to be under pressure. The quality in our team, like, you don't need to compare it to 2015 because it's ridiculous. But the quality in the team is good enough to play a different type of football, to be more proactive, to play more on the front foot. Because what you did against certain teams, the way you approach certain games, is not okay. It's not okay because you play teams that are vastly inferior than you, but somehow you make it look like they can go toe to toe to you. That's a big issue. And that's not quality, because the quality is better than a lot of the teams. It's a mindset. And that reflects what you hear post game. So has it been a good month? In my opinion, no. Because of the way we play, the way we got some results, and the way we dropped some results, I don't think it has been a good month, And was I expecting this? Not to this extent. I wasn't expecting champagne football. What I was expecting, a different approach, a different mindset. But actually, like I said, going off the post-game comments and whatever, it feels like it got worse. It feels like they have actually accepted mediocrity at this moment in time, and they convince themselves that this is their level, and that's not good. That's not good for improvement, because how are you going to improve when you convince yourself that what, this is who we are? I don't know. You tell me in the chat. Let me know what you made of the month of September. Let's give it a vote. Give it a rating out of 10. I'll give it a 5.5, because yes, you got the points, but the prospect of like, based on these games, they're not looking good. They're not looking what they should be. So let me know in the comments what you think, and like the video, subscribe, and join me later today for a live show.